Hey you guys, so today we are looking at these, which are Trick or Treat, I think it is. Yeah, Trick or Treat, it says in the bottom corner there. True Romance action figures. I didn't think I would ever have a set of action figures from True Romance, but I saw these and I was like, oh no, it is a, it's a great film. It's one of my favourites. Yeah, I even went to the theme park that they go to. It's Magic Mountain in California, and I sat at the table they sit and eat their burger at when they're doing the deal. And I was kind of, I didn't know I'd sat it. I was sat there and I was like, this feels familiar. This is the one from, and I was like totally blown away by the fact. But yeah, I even rolled a roller coaster. So yeah, I have the full set. We have Clarence, Alabama, the Mentor, I guess they can't call him by his real name, and Drexel. Samuel L. Jackson was in the set, but he was only here for like one scene. I'm joking. They didn't make Samuel L. Jackson. I watched the film the other night again, and it always amazes me. Samuel L. Jackson's name is on those opening credits. It's there in big bright letters, and he's literally in it for that. He's gone. But yeah, this is a fantastic set. Now I did think to myself, they look cool. If they look cool, I'm going to leave them in the packaging. Maybe not do a video about them. But this packaging is a little bit. I don't know whether that I don't like the negative, because it's like a negative, isn't it? I can't think of what you would call it art wise. If you know what that's called, put it in the comments. But I don't like the packaging. I like the heart shape with the bullet holes and that's kind of cool. But this, I don't know. They could have done something a little better. On the back we have, now the back's quite nice. I like this artwork. And stealing, cheating, killing, who said romance is dead? We said Clarence, Alabama, the Mentor, and Drexel. I did notice watching the film the other night. In nearly every scene she's wearing shoes of that colour. I think there's only one scene where she goes to meet Clarence's dad. That she's wearing trainers in that. But for most of it, she has, it's kind of turquoise blue shoes. These strange things you notice as you watch a film that you've not, noticed before. Yeah. Right. So, where should we start? I think we'll start with Drexel and work through the team. Right. So, Drexel. Gary Oldman. It's funny, the night I watched this, he was on a TV show because he's promoting Wild Horses, and he is a great actor. He's so different in he is a proper, I think he's one of the last of those actors that actually plays parts. A lot of actors these days kind of just are a character, and they kind of move it like, dare I say Tom Cruise, he moves the same character between films. They all feel a little bit similar. He is never the same in any film. Back of the card, exactly the same thing, barcodes and stuff. I'll show you the barcodes. There we go. Yeah, right. I'm going to try and open this really carefully. I would have liked it if they'd have given it a slightly more clamshell kind of, so you could put them back in the packet. Oh. Right. There we go. I'm going to try and open them as neatly as I can, just in case I ever do want to put them back in the packet. So straight away, I could see that the shotgun is slightly, and it is quite a solid thing. So that is going to have to go in some boiling water and be straightened out. I don't even think the hairdryer will straighten that. That is pretty bent. Yeah. Right. Let's get the guy out. So he comes with a food tray and some Chinese food. So we'll do a quick close-up of those. There we go. Chinese food. I can't really do much. I like to quote dialogue from films as I'm doing them, but there's not a lot of quotable stuff that I can say from this film. We also have that, which has, I like the way they put this tomato sauce or whatever it is, sachets on there. Chopsticks. Probably not, probably Szechuan sauce or something like that, but yeah, it's actually really detailed. I'm actually quite impressed with that. Right, and the figure. So yeah, these are old school. They're not overly articulated. It's 5 point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, move in the middle. No. Yeah, 5-point articulation. So there we have the face, which is pretty darn good. The leopard print outfit, which there is a few little bits where it's obviously missed in creases, or it's kind of spread in a pattern, isn't it? But most of it isn't that noticeable unless you're looking under bright lights, or it's a shame there's a bit there in the crease, but his white shorts, no shoes. So yeah, articulation wise, pretty limited. A little bit of turn in the head there. Arms go all the way around. Legs up, down, no out. Won't go backwards because of the... Oh man, yeah, I'm painting the inside. Won't go backwards because of the outfit, but yeah. Drexel is probably the most, or least interesting, I guess, of the set. Looking at the others. I get the feeling that Drexel will be the... If they sell these as individuals, he will be the shelf warmer. Though I don't know. Maybe some people want a Drexel. Yep. Pretty cool. Right. Who should we do next? We'll do the Mentor. Now, the Mentor in the film, and I think in the film they do call him in the credits, is Elvis. But I'm guessing because of copyright reasons and who owns the rights to the word, because as you can see there is Val Kilmer as the Mentor. It's Elvis. Dare I say it? Yes, it's Elvis. But I guess copyright-wise they can't call it that because NECA own the rights to the Elvis name, I think, in action figures. Tell me if I'm wrong in that thought, but I seem to think they do. Only that's why we got the Stitch Elvis. It is wearing the gold lame suit as well. Barcode if you need it. And the barcode's different for these figures, each one. I guess they are, because it says the Mentor underneath it. But yeah, the gold suit, the black pants, and a head tilt. And those sunglasses. Which a friend of mine had a pair of those that he thinks belonged to Elvis. But that was... I'm not going to mention any names, and it was a long time ago that he told me. So yeah. Right. Let's pop this open. There we go. The Mentor. I like you, Clarence. Always have, always will. I could quote that one. Right. Oh, he stands really well. I am thinking, looking at this, and I hate to say this, but he looks a bit more like Brad Pitt. Let's have a little close up there. That looks slightly more Brad Pitt than it does. Okay, I do like this. This gold suit is much better than the NECA Stitch one. It's definitely gold. If they'd have used this gold on that, I would have been impressed. And none of you have watched that video either. Eesh. They have given him a head tilt. But I guess it's so you can do that kind of pose that he has. That. Which looks pretty good, actually. I've got to say. Yeah. That is how he's going to be stood on my shelf anyway. So, let me just... I didn't do it with Drexel, but these figures are coming in at just a little bit under 5.5 inches. Or about around the 14cm mark. But yeah, I think that suit looks great. I'm actually looking forward to putting it on the shelf. It's got a great quiff. Wonderful hair. Wonderful hair, darling. Yeah, that gold suit really does shine. I like it, Clarence. Always have, always will. I'm the only... I think... I had a friend that went to see watch the film, and he was like, he said Val Kilmer on the credits, but I couldn't find him in the film. I didn't see him anywhere. Was he like Samuel L. Jackson? He only had such a small part. And I was like, he was Elvis. And my friend was like, oh, that's why I didn't see him. Because you don't see his face, you just hear his voice. So, yeah, but that is pretty cool. Right. Who are we going to have next? Tell you what, Clarence. Where are you, Clarence? Right, the hero of the film. You can call him a hero. Clarence. I've got to say, great jacket. I would have liked one of him in his Hawaiian shirt because I feel that would have gone better with Alabama, because that outfit doesn't go with that outfit. So yeah, the Hawaiian shirt or something like that would have maybe been better. But that is a more prominent character part in the film. They've put them in there. I mean, those two don't really count, but they've put them in their most. She wears that like in most of the top scenes she does. That is the scene where he's in with Drexel. So that's why. Yeah, I can see where they've gone with it. But I would have liked one of him in his Hawaiian shirt, because I think that is, when you say to me, Clarence, True Romance, I think of him in the Hawaiian shirts. It was. I once bought a Hawaiian shirt. I don't know what I did with it, but I always thought Clarence. Yeah, barcode down there. Yeah, they are different because the numbers are different on the bottom. Right, let's get Clarence. I'm going to try opening this one even more carefully with the knife. Oh, that didn't really help. All right. This is... No, that definitely didn't help. Come on, Clarence. You want to come out of there? Really? There we go. Yeah, that can knock that up. Put that there. Right. We have the pistol. The bag. I'm not going to say what's in the bag. Ooh, that's nice. So Clarence, yep, stands pretty well. He looks like he's wearing his blue suede shoes. He is an Elvis fan after all. There is his blue suede shoes. Nice black pants. He has all the logos and things on the jacket and that on the back. If anybody can tell me what that says, that is a nice detail, because I didn't know. I don't remember that being in the film, but it's nice that they've put it on there. I'm going to have to go watch the film again just to see. Jackets, logos and things on the sleeve. Nice. The jacket is really nice. Again, he has the Elvis shades. They really have saved themselves having to paint eyes on these, because I'm just looking at 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of the 4 figures are wearing sunglasses. So that saved on the difficult job of painting eyeballs. I like it. The nice little check pattern on the shirt there. Yeah, it works. So it has a pistol. I don't know if it's a Magnum, but it's a big revolver, which he's definitely going to be holding, because he's got his pistol grip hand. Well, okay, so this is like the old Star Wars figures. Those hands are really, really stiff. That's going to take a lot of warming up, so I will probably do that off camera, but he will eventually be holding the pistol. The bag, and she's just got a nice pattern on it. Does look like the bag in the film. He's just going to go in that hand. So yeah, that is pretty much going to be... Let's tilt that. Clarence from the film. I really don't think I can warm his hand up enough. It's going to be a boiling water job, is that? Because it's really, really, really stiff. Yep, that's stiff, is that. And I don't want to break the gun or his hand. But yeah, usual articulation... Swivel of the head, arms go around. Yeah, it's your limited 5-point articulation, your Star Wars style. But he still looks good. Wow. I really didn't think I would ever have True Romance action figures. And finally, we have Alabama. Should we say hello, baby? Yeah, this looks good. I know that they're not like, dare I say, NECA figures with a real high detail and all that, but these are fun, and I think that's what these are supposed to be. I remember going to see this film at the cinema and I was blown away by it. And this I keep saying I didn't expect to have action figures of this, but I really didn't. I'm going to try and do it that way, because it seems to work better when you just rip it. I don't know whether this is the beat up version of Alabama. I think it's from like that sort of earlier scene before she has the... You see, there's a lot of characters in this that we could have action figures of. Because it's got the guy from The Sopranos in it, whose name is completely escaping me at the moment. I want to say Gandolfini. I can't think what his first name is. Right, the legs on this are really weird because her feet are kind of a weird shape. Let's have extreme close-up. There we go. So yeah, sunglasses, gets away with it. The hair is pretty good, actually. I'm trying to see what the thing on the top is. There we go. I'll do an extreme close-up of it so you can all see it and read it. But yeah, she has the detailing on there. She has the wonderful leopard print leggings. And the turquoisey shoes. I'm looking at this though thinking, how am I going to get it to stand? But she does. She doesn't. Right, she's going to be a little bit... Female figures always are difficult to get to stand because they have heels and things and smaller feet. That's pretty good, actually. That's not too bad. I'm not going to bang the table. Right, she has a little purse, which I've now dropped on the floor. There it is, next to the G.I. Joe Battle of Order. A police car just went past. They've come for you, Clarence. There is her bag, her purse. Yeah. They could have done a corkscrew with her. But that would have been really tiny. I'm going to try and get that in her hand. Her fingers are a little softer, so yeah. So she's going to hold a purse like that. That will probably balance her out a little bit as well. I don't think she's too... That's not too bad, is it? That I feel is going to stand quite well. It's just the feet. They've made it so they're a little bit, you know, they're not straight next to each other, which gives it a little bit more stability. As you can see, yep, gives her a little bit more stability. Just out of interest, let's see if we can get her to stand. Where is it? The ruler. She comes in at... Now, she's a lot shorter. She's well under... She's just a little bit over 4.5 inches. It's about 12 centimetres. I like centimetres better because you've got more things on inches. You kind of... They're a bit more spaced out, but... Yeah, I think that is a wonderful representation of Patricia Arquette. I know that they're kind of cheating with these as well, doing them so that they're not... But they must have got some kind of rights for them because you've got her and Christian Slater on the cover. So if you've got Patricia Arquette and him on the cover, then you would have thought they'd have got the rights to the likenesses. But it's a weird thing with likenesses and all this stuff, isn't it? I never quite understand who owns what, but yeah, I think that is a really, really cool figure. Right, let's see. I still haven't put Clarence's gun. I'm trying to think how these are probably going to be stood on the shelf. I also haven't straightened out Drexel's pistol. And, oops. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking something... Maybe stand her so that she's leaning against him, just in case. But something like that is going to look pretty good on anybody's shelf, isn't it? I like these. I like these a lot. This is my kind of thing. Yeah, I'm like even like this, like the eyebrows and the sunglasses. I just think these are pretty cool. It's a simple figure. It's not over showing anything. Yeah, I would like some NECA style, high detailed figures, but these guys, well, these guys are in the, they're in the other scale, aren't they? Let me think, what have I got around here that's, because that's, he was just stood at the side of me there, because I was looking the other day for somebody playing the guitar. He was the only one I could find. So that's more your McFarlane style. Try saying that fast with your teeth in. McFarlane style figure. That's one of their styles, so that's their scale. And I think also he's Keanu Reeves and he's quite tall. Black Series, not too bad actually, though he has got his legs. I've got one that's posed in a real action pose, so reasonably close to a Black Series figure. I don't care what scale they are just cool, and they are going to be on my shelf, and I'm going to really, really enjoy them. I've already picked a spot for them, and they are going to be sort of in pride of place on the shelf. I think they're brilliant. I pre-ordered these a long time ago, and they popped up on the internet the other day, and I was like, oh, did I pre-order these? And I was like, oh, do I order them again? Because I don't remember whether I'd pre-ordered them. And then I got an email saying, guess what, you pre-ordered these? And I was like, yay, I don't need to. So, yeah, Trick or Treat Studios, you've done a good job on these. I'd like to see you do more Tarantino figures, because it is a Quentin Tarantino film. And watching it the other day, I was amazed how Quentin Tarantino-ish and how cool some of the dialogue was. Because after all, he is cool. Yeah, I watched the film reasonably regular, and I got a 4K a while ago, and the 4K is fantastic. But it is one of those guilty pleasure films that, no, not guilty pleasure, but some people think it's a little odd, and some people think that they're two crazy people, but I love True Romance. I think it's a great film. And I think these are great figures. So, I am going to wind this up, because that's what you probably want me to do. Like I say, Trick or Treat Studios, you can find these on the internet in lots of places. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And I'll see you all in the next video. And remember, I like you. Always have. Always will. Thank you very much. Elvis of the building. Okay, I just came back to say, after I'd finished filming, I do like the thumbnail pictures, and I thought, oh, they're in a pretty good pose. I'll do them like this. So I take the thumbnail pictures on my phone. I got my phone, I take a picture, and it says, somebody may have blinked. Who? Who blinked? It must be Drexel. He's the only one whose eyes you can see. Drexel, you ruined a shot, man. Whoa.